welcome. We're back. Episode 5 today.
Ooh, ooh. Welcome. We had a interesting experience yesterday.
Interesting.
Can we say good, bad, climbing a mountain? Highlight, low light.
I'm gonna say low light is gonna be we found all the spots with no wind yesterday.
And it was 80 degrees, possibly warmer.
Yeah. Hot. Very hot for this.
Well, it was our first outing, sailing, just the two of us.
Ooh.
Wow. Backed out of the dock. Great. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe some scuffs.
I didn't see any. I
Oh,
looked.
okay.
So. Little, interesting. The current at the marina is kind of fun. Yeah, we're still tired. And it's the next day.
I mean, it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Like, very sunny. It wasn't, I don't really know how wavy it could get around where we are, but it really wasn't bad. There were a lot of boats.
Yeah, there was a lot of wake, but there wasn't really any waves. I don't know how people in the Caribbean and the Bahamas do it every day. I mean, it was 80 degrees, and maybe it was because there was no wind, but I think that's what made me even still feel exhausted today. It was just so hot.
We're not used to our outdoor stamina energy saving. We camped. We used to camp all the time, and we were you're outside for 2-3 days, and we were fine. We were never this tired when we would get home.
No.
Even the only times we were is when we drove far.
Yeah. But even then, it was I don't know, it wasn't like this. Maybe it was a combination of the heat and the water and the everything. I don't know. I mean, we're probably so sun deprived because we don't get a lot of sun here. We get more than
in
Seattle.
The rain shadow, like you always say.
Yeah. But
highlight.
Oh, tangent right at the beginning. Fun. Highlight.
We don't prepare. Obviously. Highlight. Remember highlights? Sorry. I won't distract the magazine. If anyone remembers those.
I think, doctor's offices used to have them,
Doctor's offices.
I think. Yeah. Highlight, we actually fixed the motor issue, so I don't know if we talked about that last time. Did we?
Really? Did we? It's okay if we didn't.
I don't know if we talk about, that we actually fixed it.
Well, when we were moving from our semi-permanent slip here in Blaine to the actual permanent slip, this one was having a breakdown.
I think we talked about that, but I don't think we talked about how we fixed it.
Okay, how'd you fix it, Dustin?
It's just that there was air in the system, and we just had to bleed the air out. But we got all the air out, so that's good.
Did you say your highlight? That we didn't blow up. That's right. That was the episode last time.
Yeah.
We fixed the motor issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were pulling out. Well, you had backed out into the fairway.
Yeah, and it was getting a little warm,
and for 20 minutes he was checking it. He's at the wheel. I'm just sitting on the seat, and he's looking back and forth and back and forth. Meanwhile, boats are coming up next to us. You good? I'm coming up by your side. I can't help him. I can't look for boats. So it's a little nerve-wracking when you're trying to multitask.
Yeah.
And it's not done super great.
Yeah. No.
But everything's fine.
It's all good.
You put coolant in it, and now the temperature went down. Once we got out of idle.
once we got out of the marina, I didn't want to get above idle in the marina because it's not the biggest. It's kind of tight in a couple spots. So, you know, just boat things. Just boat things.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm not a bitch, I swear. Okay, well, I'll start with highlight. Highlight, on that positive note, I didn't lose any fingers when I was handling the jib sheets, so that's great. I think my new motto. Are you ready for my new motto?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Prepare for the worst. Hope for nothing. Because this one had such high expectations of the outing yesterday.
Yeah.
He thought we were going to be healing and doing all this crazy stuff. And you were disappointed, and
I was.
You were, and it was sad. And I'm like, you gotta lower, lose all hope, and just go with it, because then there's less disappointment. There will always be disappointment because that's just us as people, I think. But the less, the better. So that was a highlight. I didn't lose any fingers. He scared the crap. Wait, let's back up because I feel lied to. You told me that I was not going to be going back and forth like the movie Wind. Like how fast they have to change the sheets. The jib sheets. And that's what I felt like. I felt like I was racing because the wind kept going and it wouldn't make up its mind, and there were too many boats for us to try and like tack, right?
Well, there wasn't too many boats. It was just the way that the wind was going. There was a boat, like basically we would have been head on into another boat, and it was a pretty good distance away, and we probably would have moved and they would have moved, but
we weren't going fast enough either.
Yeah, we had no speed.
We were 2.5 was the highest under sail.
For like a minute.
Well, okay. I mean, it was really stressful for the first time that I was out there trying to do that. I mean, I don't regret trying, and I think I did okay for the first time. It's just, that's how it's going to have to be. Like, you have to be at the wheel, and I have to be handling all of the lines as best I can. And I knew that going in. So I'm not going back on anything. It's just, we're getting some gloves. Yes.
Yeah. I took a good chunk out of my finger.
Mine were, I felt like they were going to fall off. So we have a lot of female listeners, apparently. I'm assuming if you're a female, you have semi-delicate hands, unless you're working in a coal mine. So, girls, if you want to try this, get some gloves, because you might regret it. So yeah, you ordered gloves yesterday for both of us.
Yeah.
I hope they fit. I don't have that big of hands, so smalls should work. Low light. Oh, well, a little bit off the sailing topic. Low light, for at least me, was, I think I've said before, I sell jewelry that I make occasionally. Not really. I don't promote on social media anymore because I hate it. So we went to the first public market that they had this last weekend. And it ended up being really crappy. It rained the whole couple hours we were there. We didn't even stay the whole time because it runs for 4 hours, but we were only there for really 2, but only really like 1 and a half.
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah, 11:30. So I sold one thing. It was just really rainy and gross, and I mean, we were. I'm not gonna say what we were next to, but if we weren't next to the specific booth, which was jamming, I probably would have sold more. So, we'll try again this coming weekend. We'll try to do every other weekend until, like, we passed it when we were walking to the marina yesterday, and were there a lot of people there? Or more like
there were quite a bit number of booths. I think there were a couple more than last time, and there was like a lot of people.
there really were.
Like just like meandering.
Oh,
around,
okay.
it looked like so.
All right. There's still hope. So that was the low light.
Yeah, I know I looked at the forecast for like the next week and it shows like no rain. So I wonder if that's just how it is out here. It rains for 4 months and then it just doesn't rain till September, which would be, I guess, kind of nice, even though I do like rain.
Just a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, maybe maybe that's true because this weather that we have right now, like the fucking 80 degrees, it's unseasonal.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not common.
Normally it's 60s.
So I guess if it's
year,
cooler, you don't need all that rain compared to blazing hot sun.
Yeah. Burning everything to the ground.
Yeah, I really hope it doesn't look like how Rochester used to look this
Brown,
summer.
disgusting, yeah.
Let me see here. What's on my notes? What else? Oh, okay. So some boat projects that we did this week. So Dustin, Mr. Measurement Person, he well, I don't know if we mentioned. We decided we did the fake frosted, like, sticky window things for privacy instead of getting curtains. So those work. Dustin put 2 on so far. The bathroom window and then the one across from the bathroom on the boat. The wet locker, yeah. So those work really well. Any tips for anybody who wants to try?
We didn't do it, and they came out okay. If you're a super perfectionist, I would say make a template. Depending on the way that your boat port lights are set up, like ours are really funky because they're pretty much our smallest. Like pretty much every other window is like a different size.
And they're like trapezoids.
Yeah, and they're like weird shaped. So we're not going to do a template and just get as close as we can. I mean, the nice thing, at least with the Catalinas that I noticed, is that the outside of the windows are like tinted. So you can't like see in during the day.
You mean even without?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really just for like at night, because as soon as you turn any sort of light on in there, the tint just is useless at night.
But with the stickers, you can't see anything.
At night, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really what it's for, is at night. I mean, during the day, no one can really see. And anyway, this is just extra, And if for some reason down the line we decide we don't like it, or if we want like to be able to see outside, maybe on like the 2 big windows or something, or we'll because at least the nice thing is we can just take it off,
they stick on by like water.
Yeah, it's just a static cling kind of a thing that they stick on with. So
weird.
Should be able to just peel them off theoretically. I would think just get them wet, just spray them, and could probably just peel them right off. So we bought a pretty good sized roll, so we should have extra in case if we want to try it with like a couple out. I don't know. We'll see.
Splash zone. Splash zone.
Yes, I saw it on a.
Well, we posted this on Instagram too. The picture,
yeah.
If you saw.
I saw it on Pinterest, I think.
Well, okay. I suggested it. I suggested a splash zone. Because you like to comment on how I do my dishes. And I make a mess. Naturally, I make a mess. Because I get in there. And it's like a bathtub. Not really. But I get a bath. So I knew we needed something because that sink is right up against those cushions. So then you did your research.
Yeah, and found I think there's someone else that has a Catalina that did it. Theirs is a bit smaller, but I think ours is perfect. We might modify it a bit.
What? What do you mean?
I think just something to support it on that other side.
I mean, I hit it a couple times yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
I'm
no, but it didn't move. That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, it does a little bit if you tap it, it kind of moves back and forth.
But it's just it's a plexiglass.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, I'd say it's probably a thick piece. I don't remember the measurements, but it's like the perfect length of like that whole counter.
Yeah,
so.
And what 12 inches high?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. It'll be great for when I like put out stuff to like dry, like even stuff won't be able to fall over. Like it'll be really good. What else? Oh yes, we're gonna start. We've already started, and it's not going great. But projects for our journey of sustainability and self-sufficiency. Dang. So first project on the list, which is underway, is I am trying to grow microgreens / sprouts. I don't know what the proper word is. If anyone wants to correct me, don't. So broccoli, it's the first task. I have little grow trays and the seeds and coconut clear. I guess I don't know how to say it. COIR, clear.
Huh.
I don't know. So that's on our counter. I've only filled like 5 of the little buckets. I don't know what to call them. Holes. It's only like, I mean, I tried my best to do all the research that I could, and it seems pretty simple. I've watched videos. I mean, you only need like a half an inch. You can actually do this without soil or compost or anything. You can just grow sprouts on paper towel. It's crazy. I don't understand. But all you gardeners are probably being like, you freaking idiot. So like a half an inch in each thing of compost, and then I put like 3 or 4 seeds in there. So I've been trying to get them to germinate for about 2 days. I don't really know if anything's happening. You know, neither of us can see. So
I didn't see anything today.
Okay. My friend says that you're supposed to, like, the seed will actually like crack, and then you see it'll like pop to the surface.
Okay.
So I should have looked at what color the seeds were. Oops. So I've been watering. I've been doing paper towel on top. I don't think that was getting enough moisture in there, so now I'm just spraying them with the spray bottle. They were kind of wet, so I'm gonna just leave them be for the rest of the day and see what happens. But they're always supposed to be moist. The compost is supposed to be moist. Broccoli. Okay. Next thing. Well, we were gonna try tortillas
today,
but we don't have a rolling pin. So...
Or the energy.
Or the energy.
It's more the energy.
How can I get out of this? He said. We have all the ingredients. You just forgot. Oh, we have to like flatten these things.
Yeah.
That's okay. Next week. Or whenever it gets here. The rolling pin.
Sometime this week it'll get here. Maybe Tuesday night we'll do it.
Tuesday night. I love that word, froggy. You've been saying it all. Where'd you get that?
Froggy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably from a book or whatever that I've read, and it just
he reads a lot of fan fiction.
No, it's just books in general. I read a lot.
Okay.
Gosh. What's upcoming on our?
Well, wait a minute. I have to update the people with the colors.
Yes.
So I looked up like I don't know what it was like top 10 or something most successful women sailors who've like won competitions and races and all this stuff. So, I got the list, and not all of them have pictures of the women, but the ones that do, they're all a combination of pinks. So pink blues, pink purples, mostly just the pinks and like the purples and the blues. That was the other color. At least the ones that I had pictures for. But I mean, this stuff goes back like in the, I don't even know what the oldest year was.
I think it was late, like early 1800s?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Which, of course, there were no pictures for. But, like, that would have been so cool to see. But I just think it's so funny about the pink women sailors. And these are all women that were, like, by themselves. Like, they did the racing by themselves. So it's definitely having to do with something like, I'm going to do this and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. And because it's fun. And that's why they do it. And they're able to, like, find that joy even when society is like, no, you can't do that. But like, they did it. So I think next,
wonder if men solo
I was gonna
circumnavigate are like have the same trend.
You should get a list for me of men. Don't even like tell me anything about them. Like, just give me a list and I'll look at their pictures.
List with names and pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have their backstory.
I can do that.
All right.
Next time. We'll do that next time.
What else? It's really hot. We're not on the boat again. we're in our apartment and we don't have air conditioning. It's really hot. I don't think we've never not had air conditioning. That sounds so annoying. But
well, I mean, I guess like growing up, I mean, my parents didn't really turn it on all that much, but so I guess this is kind of like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's common out here because it's normally not 85 bajillion degrees.
I would love to know if that's normal, like not to have it out here. Who can we ask? Who would that be not weird to ask? We just have to like go to a bar and like take a poll. You have air conditioning?
Do you have air conditioning? Do you have air conditioning?
No, go away.
Why are you asking us?
This is why I'm here. Speaking of drinks, not to promote anything, but we'll promote these because they're good. High Noons, our new favorite seltzers. I know they've been around for a while, but they are really good.
Finally.
We had tried a bunch even before we got here. I mean, we've tried the Vizzies, White Claws, Trulies.
That's kind of it.
Really?
But like we could never find like the High Noon or any of the other. Like I never saw it at Wegmans or anything. No.
Oh.
That's why I was always like, man, I really want to try it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. But the Vizzies, I mean, the Vizzies are great because they do have like the vitamin C, the acerola cherry, and that's kind of why I geared toward them because it's kind of like I'm drinking something healthy. But and they were good, but they were really okay. At least like the lemonade ones, they were like really really sweet. But the seltzers aren't too bad. But I don't know, these High Noons with the vodka, I mean they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the Vizzies are made with vodka too. I know it's not beer, like the White Claws. Like, weird beer.
Yeah. It's a different fermentation process or something, I think. I think we looked it up. Like, the ones that were actual liquor-based and the ones that were, like, their fermentation thing they do.
I put on my list to, like, we should try and make our own hard cider. What? Is that a hard cider? Like what?
I mean we could try. We could see if there's a decent recipe.
It just seems like that would be the easiest thing because you just let cider sit. Like right?
Don't you add stuff to it to like
probably ferment? But like and then it's the same thing, I think. Our friends, they've made limoncello before. I don't think that's too hard.
I think it's just that it just has to sit.
Yeah.
For however long it has to sit.
But you don't need like a certain temperature.
I don't think so. I mean, that's the same with like mead. I don't think it even needs to be a certain temperature. It's just
And that's just honey.
It's just honey, yeah.
Huh, yeah. We just have a whole list of things we want to just get down, like, making before we move on to the boat. Butter, yeah, butter, like, in a jar with heavy cream. I don't know, I'm still debating on trying to grow peanuts in a jar. I just feel like we wouldn't make them as fast as we need them. Just like protein. We need ideas for sustainable protein. Because we're probably not gonna be eating. I mean, I'm technically a pescatarian. You're.
I don't know.
I don't like labels.
I eat what I want. I don't care. But I've kind of been leaning more towards the, like, I don't really eat meat all that much anymore.
We eat eggs and cheese.
Like, I'll eat meat, like, maybe when we go out, but even then it's kind of, I don't know, kind of been...
That's rare.
Leaning more towards not, because it always makes me feel disgusting.
It's insane. And even before we moved here.
Yeah. I guess I just didn't care.
Because it's so
before, and now I'm just kind of like, huh.
What are we doing this week?
Well, once it's not an inferno, probably Wednesday, I think should hopefully have the other tea fitting.
Did we talk about that?
No.
Oh, go.
So we can fix the drain for our sink in the head. It's not hooked up to anything. I don't know why. Who knows how long it's been like that. So we're gonna tee it in probably to the intake on the what you call it? The intake for the
words, phrases,
head toilet intake. I think is what we're gonna tee it into. I gotta figure out if we gotta put some sort of weird loop or something in it so it doesn't siphon seawater up through. It shouldn't, but if anyone has any ideas on that, let me know. Fluid dynamics is not my forte. What else is kind of in the works? That's the big thing, because then we can fully pressurize. We should be able to hopefully fully pressurize our water system.
Yes. Right now it works a lot better than it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that was because we filled all the tanks.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But yeah. Do you think once we fix the head sink, do you think that will fix all of the issues and we won't have to get a new sensor?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think really that's the problem, because there's probably just air probably in that line, and we probably need to make sure that the shower head works too. So if we pressurize both those lines, we should theoretically be good. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. So I mean, not too much going on for boat projecty stuff. Not anything major. I mean, we would like to eventually convert the ice box. What is it?
Yeah,
it's called an ice box. Okay, yeah, to a freezer / fridge.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely one of our major goals.
It's gonna be one of our, I think, before we move on the boat, one of the things that we want to do.
It does keep stuff cold already, just as how it is.
To me.
Yeah, like we had a water bottle in there and it was still like...
It's still cold.
Yeah. It's not like nothing would freeze in there, but it'll keep stuff for a couple days.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if too, because I think the bottom of that ice box, I think, is below the water line. So because it's sitting below the water line, it's sitting against the cold water and it's keeping it colder.
Oh wow.
It could be. So yeah, that'll be a decent project, I think. We'll have to drill some holes in the ice box probably, and when we go to route the hoses and stuff for the compressor and all that stuff. So.
But how do you do that if it's below the water line?
Because you're drilling it in the sides, not the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
All right.
Because the ice box goes all the way down, and so does the bulkhead into that into the sail locker there. Like, you know, the big locker that we have in the cockpit, the shoved full of stuff right now.
Yes.
So that bulkhead lines up with that whole space in the galley.
Okay.
So we should be able to just route right into it. And that's where we'll put the compressor. That's where a lot of people put theirs is in there, just because it's out of the way. And it would get decent airflow in there. So I don't know. We might mount it somewhere else. We'll see.
And we did get a quote. That was something that kind of made us think a little differently.
Oh, yeah, for a new Dodger being
We're not
quoted,
naming names. No naming names.
Yeah, being quoted about $4,500 for a new Dodger.
Which apparently is normal out here. So I think we're just going to get ours fixed.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, it is materials and like install and like labor for them, you know, for them creating this custom piece, right? You know, so at the end of the day, it's not too bad when you think about it, but it was just like, I mean, our Dodger's not really broken. There's like three things that are really like broken on it, and the rest of it we can deal with. I mean, the Dodger sits so low that we're not going to be looking through it anyway. Really, you know, I'm going to be looking over top of it.
And by the way, the Dodger is just something above. It's in the cockpit, and it kind of shields where it's called the companionway. You like walk down below to the boat, so it shields that opening from water if that splashes from the front. So you can get this made with canvas, and then you can have like there be windows so you can still see while you're at the wheel, because it's kind of eye level with you when you're at the wheel and just standing in the cockpit. So we just have to get some parts of the canvas.
Yeah, we just gotta clean it.
And like the stitching and like some snaps need to be fixed. And
I don't think would be crazy. Yeah, they probably just need to be lubed. You can get like zipper lube, basically. Oh. So yeah, I mean, I think that's the route we're gonna go. We're not in a total rush for it because it's 80 bajillion degrees. I mean, it would be nice to have shade.
It would have been nice yesterday, but
you know, so just one of the things that we'll get to. You know, we just got to clean it and get it over there somehow. Without a car.
We're looking at wagons.
Yeah.
All an adventure. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Do your plug.
You can find us on Spotify and Anchor.
Oh yeah.
And Apple Podcast, or podcast of your choice.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot.
Our feed is in the thing. If you follow our link, you can copy the feed and put it in your app of choice. So I think that's it for this one.
I think so. More to come. You know, it's not the destination. What is that freaking saying?
What?
It's the journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
And remember, prepare for the worst, hope for nothing.
Okay.
Bye.
Signing off.